Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Hearts of Iron 3 with Black Ice 8.6, and of course we are invading America with many hard fights still to go. The outcome of this invasion is still in doubt. They are counterattacking hard. I have stopped this invasion just because it was still going nowhere. I think we would have eventually won, but I could use these forces here and use the ships, even more importantly, to transfer more mechanized forces across. So that's what we're doing. So let's continue this. I've sent over a massive, they're not here yet, okay, massive amount of aircraft. We have a huge airbase here in Boston, so we'll be putting those up to hopefully finally shut down the Allied air, mostly American of course, at this point. And I'm also sending a massive amount of transports down to here. Now they're still coming. And shifting some of this over here because I think because of the lack of ground transports, they're still keeping most of those air units up in Europe ready for possible drops into America somewhere. But I want to see about other units, other air units getting over here, or over to Mexico. See, Mexico here. Okay, combined arms coordination, and we're going to cancel that. Yeah, cancel continued. We had been shifting over to jet, so let's do the 45. Increase fuel but consumption, but do that. Okay, well, these guys still in good shape, so they're going to come there. Oh, I want to anticipating more and more air coming in, but we're in no order. Okay, like these guys right here. Let's naval strike right there. Naval strike right there. Naval strike right, well, around the rim. Start you there, but how bad of a battle is this? Oh, we lost two of our smaller escorts. And they only got our motor torpedo boats left. Okay, well, we've lost some. Oh, just go here. Keep it there. Risk / lost enough that I don't want to keep pushing. Oh, we've lost the headquarters unit to this brigade already. Damn. Oh well. I say we've already lost enough with that. Okay. Up and at 'em. Okay, here we go. Get them. Get whatever's flying. First flying. hoping that this will just turn the air war, at least in this part of the world. So many aircraft on interception. Now these guys, I want them out here naval striking. Yeah, that's good. And same with these guys. And the same with these. These guys up into. We are sending supplies to Boston, are we not? Or we're not? No, we're not yet. Okay, so we need to do that. Well. Rotterdam, go to the northern. Thought. To Boston. Go. These guys get all the way through them. Yes. Okay, so that means we will be pounding a lot of areas. Sent more over to here. Intercept. This is a small air base, but I figured might as well try to come in and overwhelm whatever's here. Cross the river there too. And you guys, well, let's see. Come up that way. Yeah, I thought we would do that. Here we're still pushing forward. In Australia. Well. Yes, they're retreating, but they're getting organization back as they go. We're almost coming down to help them out. And once you get there, you can hold the air base, hopefully. You're still moving to go there. How many did I? Okay, you're already there. So let's see. Who can we? Thought we had. Yeah, air landing. Good. Is that it? I don't think the headquarters is it. Okay, I guess that is it. these and get them. Well, let's bring them up to this airbase. Big bulk of them needs to go there. That mortar there. Okay, good. And they're beat up. Push up, oh, push all the way up to there. To Exmouth. Now, how are we doing up here? Okay, one more is here and able to start attacking. And so are you. Good, we'll get some more mountain troops into the mountains. It's going to be right outside New York, okay. You guys are almost back there, okay, good. These American forces under Bradley are doing really well for what they're up against. Yeah, well, we lost even more. Even more, you know, they're down to the Sturmgeschütz. We lost all of our Sturmgeschütz. All we have left is our half-track transports. Uh-oh. Come on, guys. You're supposed to be swatting anything out here. Let's see. Yeah, that's what happens when you don't escort your forces well enough. Well, these guys are coming, and now these guys, well, I don't know, well enough is a relative term. You noticed here, well, maybe you didn't, but I did. We got a few battleships, a carrier, it looks like. And some transports. Don't know if they were thinking of getting people off or putting... Well, there's Marines that weren't there before. So they've added some. There's a militia unit there that wasn't there before. They had garrison troops, but no militia, I don't think. So they sent a few things. But I'm pretty sure they've also been taking some losses. Okay, jet engine research has advanced. That would be here, and we'll let that continue. Amphibious unit command and control, we'll let that continue as well, I think. Here there also had been, at least, I guess, still doing hard fighting under a Spanish general. Uh-oh, Jaeger division shattered. There we go, all into Adelaide. Okay, well these guys are here. Okay. Yeah, no order. You get off the plane. You start marching to there. You get off the plane, and I guess you can just hang out there. Let me go over here. Okay, you're almost to where you need to be. That should end Santo Domingo as a country. Let's look at the what we were getting. Think of building up of a Volt and Bletchley. And we're sort of up there, so that's between the two, that will fairly well. Still got some reinforcements going up. Fight the Americans up there. Well, we got two of the destroyer convoy escorts out here. Okay. Get crew train, which will let continue. Commander decision. We'll have a few of these that we could be upgrading. Fighter prototype, okay. And we enforce puppet on the Dominican Republic. Okay, well they have some forces left. Hollowed out, yes, but which means they will eventually hopefully be able to defend themselves against capitalism and freedom and all those kind of things. We wouldn't want them to have that. Good. We're at least taking out some new forces here. So they munched a bunch of ours. Let's counterattack again because they're pushing on these other guys. Uh-oh. We had enough cushion to keep from losing anybody, but we're still losing too many. Okay, so they're going after the Saratoga and the Nevada battleship. There, well, good. Maybe some transports. And these guys are going after the New Mexico battleship. We're good. Don't know if you watched. Resume already released my 2-hour epic episode of me ranting, or I don't know, no, not ranting, monologuing, whatever, on V-Power and use of it and that kind of thing. Now these are American forces in Australia. Okay, as opposed to under control of America, not under control of Australia. So you're gonna overrun them. You march down this way. Oh, did we won there? So, okay, well then you march in there. To Quebec, that will mean a key point taken. Uh-oh, major defeat. Panzer Division here, okay. Oh, I should have broken out and gone on the offensive before this then. Indian Army recruitment, well, good. I wonder what type of unit this will be. Yes, to the front. #51st Indian. So that, yeah, well, that's a nice unit. Let's give them a decent commander. Those Gurkhas should be helpful in the mountain fights that I've renewed going back on. Paul. There we go, an offensive commander. Well, you come over here. Paul. Okay. Okay, you guys join the fight here. I sent all these guys up here to get involved, so hopefully that'll be able to take him. I also sent over, though I don't think I sent him to active duty yet. Ground attack bombing. Okay. Hopefully these guys disrupt some of them and mess them up a bit. And all of these guys, so oh, you guys can't get on board? Oh no, wait, no, there too. Oh, we have this. Oh, that's right. Okay, these two support units can't. But these guys can get on. And these guys can get on. I don't know. Okay, the ones with units on will come up here. Yeah, I really would love to have two statuses for some of these unit types and such. One would be, you know, airborne or, you know, paratrooper type status that you could drop onto the enemy. Two units up north. Got a lot, so that's... Oh, these guys are here. So that's... Well... Yeah, we'll come up here, I think. These guys have made it good. Now, do we have fighters up here to sort of protect their air base? No, we need more. Is it, you know, parachutable, airdroppable, that kind of thing, you know, and then the other would be air transportable. These are going to change the factor here entirely. And that's a, you know, like flying units, whether it cross the Atlantic, obviously that's a bit sort of ridiculously too far, but otherwise it's like flying. We did have with the Gigants, flying, you know, either from Sardinia or Sicily into Tunisia or something like that. You know, tanks and other things that weren't, in a practical sense, really airdroppable, at least under their technology at the time. Things improved, gliders and whatnot, which I guess they, well, no, I guess they are airdroppable in that you could use the Gigant as a glider. That's what it was designed to do. Though it never, the Germans never really had a tow plane good enough to tow it. Is why they didn't use it as such. It was technically proficient at being a glider. It was a good glider to the best of my knowledge. It just they didn't have a tow plane, and when they tried to like put two airplanes welded together as one airplane, that still didn't work out too well. And before, when they were trying to do just two independent airplanes, that sucked. They had lots of crashes with that. But it was a thing that they were trying to do. So it, you know, it would work. So theoretically, but it just they don't have that ability. So the second would be required to have an air base for air transportable units. Then we could open up mountain troops and mountain artillery and some of the lighter, more lighter stuff into air transportable. But of course the AI probably couldn't even figure out air what? What's air? Okay, you're here, so well, we're outside of New York City here. Attack into New York City, and you're going to come down here. Port of that attack. These guys are attacking north. What's left of these guys have shown up here. Okay, well. Okay, now I know you're going to go at different speeds, but at least start out together. And you guess head back here so you have the same path out. Hopefully that and some of this air power around will protect you better. Okay, so now you're way back here, and I'd like to ship you, but we're having problems with that, aren't we? Airplane radio communication. Wow, that barely all fit on there. I just saw the, show you what I did to sort of partially get them out of my hair, but partially just put them here. We have finally Hans Kammler, charge of the V2 weapons there. We have Dornberger, sorry, charge of the V2 weapons. He was the main army officer in charge of the development of the V2. Hans Kammler more took over the production of the V2 later on. Not the development, but the production of it, and with his slave labor. Not that Dornberger, I keep saying bring, but Dornberger didn't use slave labor. He did, I believe, but Hans Kammler more. And Wachtel is commanding the V1 flying bombs, because that was the Luftwaffe program, all sort of up here. Well, we don't actually have an airbase at Wolgast, probably should, but near enough by. Don't know that I'm going to use them, but they're at least commanding their units that they're supposed to be commanding. Right, now we got some of these guys over here. Okay, so we want you over this area here. Naval strikes. Those ships leave. Also naval striking. Hopefully the naval bombers and such will. Well, it's a little too big. We'll do the spotting, and some of the other more conventional bombers will join the fight. There's a spot. What are my fighters doing here? Okay. That means there's not too bad of a enemy air up around here. Okay. You drive for Mexico City. Well, we've won the Battle of New York. How interesting. Okay, so we've got some transports that I think are decently escorted. Need to see what we, well, it's that division. These two, but they'd be helpful over there. And that'd be okay. No, I don't want to overfill it. I don't really want to come in and take too many losses and have units sunk just we don't have enough shipping for them. I'd rather take more trips back and forth than that. Anybody not attacking? No, they're all attacking. Small warship. Sonar has advanced. How's that? Here, okay, but it allows us to oh, sonar detection equipment submarine. Good. Okay, so we'll do that. That's upgradable, I believe, so we're not really using them too much anymore. They're still out there. Submarine snorkel, know that. Really should help. So we're going to stop that. Amphibious light armor. We're going to let that go because we got a lot of that right now. And we're going to pursue heavy tank destroyers. I don't know how many we really have of that, but you're a little too beat up, but you're not. You guys are all going to attack across these rivers. Well, we've just taken New York City. How interesting. Okay, guys. Out. Out. All of you. Out. We don't need you guys clogging up the airbase space here. So you come. There's one HQ here. Okay, you come and maybe grab that HQ. Does this have any interesting now airborne units? Got that one, but I don't know whether it's worth stripping out the. Do you have any air bases here? No, so come up to here. And do we have air units here? Yeah, we do at least a little bit. We have more here, a lot more here. Well, you know, we're going to stop that movement because we've got reinforcements here. You're going up to there. So you attack into there. Support that attack. Support that attack into Mexico City. You stop, you attack into there. How are we doing down here in Bolivia? When you come into that, oh, we can't go into there. Well, you come up to here. Support that attack. I think maybe they're here. Oh, some may be here. Maybe not so much. I guess not so much. Oh, well, those guys are new there. Battle of Broken Hill, okay. Oh, we won against the counterattack here. How much industry does that have? Quite a little bit. Built up to 20 level of regular industry plus 3 heavy industry, so they are rather good for industrial purposes, giving us ridiculously huge amounts of ICs that we already have. And you've secured all the way up to there. Well, do we want to send units from? Some nice units there too. Oh, we got some units over here, especially the Field Heron Hall Corps. I'd like to get over there, but I don't even know if I allowed it. Well, there's also got a bunch of these guys here coming here, so we'll wait till some of these guys get up here, then we'll fit them across the Atlantic. But I want to move these two here because they don't have air coming soon. Oh, you're somebody here killed them, it looked like. Maybe they were transporting reinforcements up to here. Oh, well, we're gonna stop attacking with you. And you. Diner to take a break. Some reorganization done. Uh-oh. Everybody's attacking me, and these guys are still coming up. tough fight up here. Good, we got there in time to hold the river line. That's what we wanted to do. We got an armored division, but we've got a river line, so okay, well, we're gonna hold there. Okay, historical Panzer Corps. All right, we'll do that one. The fall of New York. Heavy street fighting erupts in the boroughs of New York City as government forces advanced into Manhattan in a bid to capture the city. Panzers and armored cars smash through improvised anti-tank barriers and drive down Fifth Avenue, while Panzer Grenadiers move systematically from house to house, block by block. Well, that would take block by block systematically. That would take a long time in New York City. Been a long. I was very young when I was last there. Fighting a running battle against armed irregulars. Fires rage out of control. Okay, yeah. Well, we've gotten, and they've lost national unity and gained more dissent. No, we don't need that. Now, mostly the reason we got New York City is because they had so many units up here defending Quebec and massive amounts of armor units, which I think they've shifted a bunch now up here, but we were able to hold them there. There was a bunch more. So that's why we got New York City, not because we smashed them entirely. It was more they just let us have it. Okay, that's good. Let's surrender progress. Ooh, they're hardly at all ready to surrender. So we've not beaten them yet. Not even close. Well, a lot closer than they are to beating us, that's for sure. Let's send you up in here to support that direction, and you're going to come in here. Garrison detachment shattered. Okay, don't really know where that was, but okay. Major defeat. Where we? Oh, up here. Okay, his offensive ended because he's out of organization. Now, because you're in good shape and they're out of supplies, I'm figuring that if we were to attack there, they were going to fall apart on them. They just did. Tomorrow, so okay, the worst of this was over. Okay, they're counterattacking. You start moving up there as a counterattack. These SS may need help. Now we are. Well, let's see about getting them some help and keeping it. No, you're not there yet, are you? Wow, you're taking a while to get there. These guys gotta. And Char and Das Reich, Prinz Eugen. Especially those two would be helpful up there. One a mountain unit, the other one of the good kick-ass SS units. Okay. Okay, but we're going to switch up You're going to start attacking. Let me attach you to somebody. Yeah, good. Bunch of mountain divisions. Light infantry, a little bit of SS. Commando types. Division. Four. There we go. Oh, they've lost the Enterprise. Well, how's the Pacific doing? Last I looked, not in one of the episodes, doing fairly well. Japanese still haven't taken all of Hawaii, but they're holding out down here with no real pressure. Some islands have changed hands. According to one of the comments on Japanese lost down here, so they're pushing there. On the Black Ice Forum, the new 9.1 that's still in development, supposedly they've got the US really being aggressive in the Pacific somehow. I don't know what they've specifically done, but that's what they were saying. I'm not disbelieving them by any means, it's just wonder what they're doing. If you is it up here? Yeah, Pacific Momentum. They tried earlier to give this strategic resource out called Pacific Momentum to try to get both sides to fight over it. Like they would try to, the AI would try to fight over some of these other AI or other resources that's supposed to help national unity or whatever, or disrupt it or something. But I don't know how well that's worked out, but maybe they figured a way to tweak that or some other thing. I don't know. That's just what I'm thinking. It may be, or maybe something entirely different. Because as we can see here, the U.S. gets its act together, it can really push hard. Got all kinds of divisions. Now, it's obviously, at least in my opinion, too late for the U.S. to win this war because we are on its doorstep, or more so, taking away, you know, all this industry here. Each one of these may not be huge amounts of industry. Well, at Boston, I just stuck some more of that into there. But we've got huge there, you know, so we haven't taken that away obviously yet, but and that also takes away manpower. So, you know, sort of too late for them now. It's sort of like, oh, we've got jets working. Yeah, but they've you know, they're at the gates of Berlin. Get jets working after they get to Berlin, it's sort of like too late. Get jets working, and not just working, but you know, in huge volumes of numbers, and take back the skies before you do a D-Day and be prepared to squash any D-Day with lots of jets. That's a different matter. But Germany couldn't do that, not in big enough numbers. Yeah, I think we're going to end the episode here. I want to thank everyone for watching. I want to thank you for liking the videos. And of course, please post questions, comments, suggestions, ideas. I love hearing from you. See you next time for more Hearts of Iron.